The ABCs of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games is brought to you in part by Arcade USA, the Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, Larry Miller, the number 26, the letter E, and viewers like you. Thank you. Vroom vroom!
Well, hey guys, welcome to another episode of the ABCs of Willie's favorite Atari 2600 games. Today is brought to you by the letter E for... Where are you? Enduro! Oh yeah! Love this game. I like racing games in general in Atari 2600. And when this game came out back in '83, I was all over it. I remember seeing the commercial for it on TV, and I just had to have this game. It's actually a really fun game. I can't play it worth a darn. I think I actually got to what level is it? I think it's level day 5 that you can qualify for the Roadbuster patch. I remember doing that once, but I didn't have a camera to take a picture of the screen to send off for the patch. But it's still a great game. Let's take a look at what's in the box, look at the box a little bit closer, and then look at the gameplay while I discuss a little bit more. So here's the box for Enduro. I love the box art on the Activision cartridge. I like how they have the play screen all rolled up like a ribbon right there to indicate the ribbon of road you have to race down to pass a certain number of cars every day. Pretty cool. On the back, a couple of nice screenshots of the game itself. Talks about the game, the course description, driver qualifications, the car requirements. Does use a joystick controller. It would have been really cool if they would have made this like a paddle-controlled game. I like driving games that are paddle-controlled. Joystick, it's okay, but I'd rather have a paddle for driving games. So inside the box, of course, we have the great Enduro cartridge. This one does have ActiPlaque, not as bad as I've seen on others. It's a really nice green cartridge. And then we have our manual somewhere in there. Where'd it go? There it is. I love this manual. Got the checkerboard, like the finish line flag and stuff. This is cool. National Rules and Regulations, Enduro. Basically, this talks about the cars and what you do to race. Larry Miller, the designer of the game, and how to become a roadbuster. Yeah, I think if you race for like 5 days, the little symbol will change from a car to a little trophy at the bottom of the screen. And I think you would send that in, and you would get a patch, which is cool. I guess that's Larry's car. That's a cool car, Larry. This is one of those fold-out manuals. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there's the Roadbuster patch right there. Yeah. And this, I really like. This old-timey map in the back, and it shows like these different race courses. Gives some history, 1907, Peking to Paris, a 7,500-mile run in 35. Another guy did a run in 53. The first Safari Rally was done. Almost 4,000 miles. Wow. 1977, London to Sydney. Oh my gosh, almost 20,000 miles. Holy cow. That's that green course right there. Holy moly. That is a heck of a run. This was a nice touch that they put inside of the cartridge itself. Really like that. And you can see on here, look really close. Whoever owned this game before I picked it up was recording some of their times and scores. They're just writing them on the back of the manual there. That is pretty awesome. All right, let's take a look at the gameplay and I'll discuss the game a little bit more. And we're off. Day 1 of the great Enduro race. Zing, zing, zing. Go, Willie, go. Love this game. One of the things I like about this game was the graphics. I like the scrolling
racetrack. It's kind of cool looking. Of course, this game has a lot of curves. Another great feature of this game was the different environments you can race through. Like there's a winter level where you go into some snow, which really affects the car handling. Then you have like a nighttime, you see their tail lights, and then fog, where you can't really see that very far in front of your car. This was a really cool game for the time. It's probably one of the better racing games on the 2600, in my opinion. Now, one of the things I really liked about this game when it came out was I remember there was a contest. I think it was the Race for Riches sweepstakes or something like that. We could win a Datsun 280Z or whatever. I think they had like remote control cars you could win. You can also win some posters, things like that. Well, back in '83 when this came out, I had just got my driver's license. So, of course, I played this game a lot to see if I could, win that car in the sweepstakes. I don't know if anybody ever did win the car. I really don't know. But, hey, it really gave me something to work towards. Another thing I really tried to get on most Activision games was the patches. This had a really cool patch called the Roadbusters. And the way you got it is if you race for 5 days, you would see that little symbol next to the countdown down there where the cars are counting down. That little car symbol down there would turn into a little trophy. So if you take a picture of the screen and send that in, they would send you a patch. Now, it takes a while to get there. I think it takes depending on how fast you're driving, maybe 25 to 30 minutes or so to get to day 5. I can't remember how many cars you have to pass to get that high, but you only have a certain amount of time, 24 hours a day, to pass a certain number of cars. That's why it's counting down over there. So you got to make sure you pass all those cars before the sun comes up again. So doing that for 5 days, you get that Roadbusters patch, which I really wanted that Roadbusters patch. I remember I did it once, and I didn't have a camera, which really honked me off. But anyway, it's no big deal. Oh, driving in the fog. Oof. I hate the fog level. As you can see, I go really slow when I get to the fog. Don't really have to worry because I've almost completed this first day. I've almost passed my quota of cars, so I can afford to go a little bit slower right now. And once you pass all the cars, you get that cool little victory tone. Little flags waving saying, hey, you just made it day 1. Da-da-da. So you got to wait till the sun comes up to start day 2. So no matter how many cars you pass, unfortunately, it doesn't take it off the next set of cars you have to pass. I would have liked that because you can see here, I'm passing quite a few cars. On the next day, I think I got past 300 cars. So I could have had a big chunk of those already done by the time I got to day 2. But still, it's a fun game. I like the mileage counter too, how it counts up like a real car. That's pretty awesome. Sun should be coming up here pretty soon. Oh, here we go. And there's day 2. 299 cars to go. Crunch. Ah. Dang. Well, let's discuss some other games that begin with the letter E that I really like that almost made this list.
Well, a couple runner-ups on this episode for Enduro is Encounter at L5 by Data Age. Now, I love vertical shoot-'em-up games. What I really like about Encounter at L5 is, besides having your base metal move along the bottom and shoot up at the enemies coming in from like a distance, which I really like that effect as well, you can hold down your fire button and actually move the cannon around to strafe, to fire at angles. Of course, it's using the paddle controller, which any game that uses the paddle controller is a big plus for me. I really like games that use paddle controllers. And Encounter L5, it almost edged out Enduro, but Enduro, took the vote for my most favorite game on the letter E for the Atari 2600. But Encounter L5 was right there with it. Love that game. Another game that I really like that begins with the letter E is Egomania by US Games. This game reminds me a lot of Kaboom a little bit, and of course it uses the paddle controller, which is another big plus for me. You're catching eggs. You're just a little bear at the bottom of the screen, and you're catching these eggs from this chicken up on top. After you catch so many eggs, you then have the capability to throw an egg back at the chicken to try to knock them off. Now, I like the graphics on this game, especially when the chicken gets hit by an egg. All his feathers pop off, and you see his underwear as he flies up off the screen. And I kind of like how he gets a little cocky with you. When you miss an egg, he does like a little dance at the top of the screen as well. Freaking cracks me up. This game always brings a smile to my face when I play it. There's not a whole lot of games that begin with the letter E on the Atari 2600. What games did I not mention that you really like? Comment down below on some of your games that you like with the letter E. Or comment on Enduro or these other two games I just discussed. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really hate